You probably hear it all the time. You can sign clients for 5,000, 7,000, 10,000, 20,000. This big whale clients. But how do you actually sign these clients? How do you actually get to these clients? And how do you get the trust to work with these clients? And first things first, acquire them and then start working with them. Well, guys, it all sounds really too good to be true, but it's not. It's fairly simple when you know the exact principles and the steps you need to take in order to sign these big whale clients. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I'm signing clients from anywhere between 5,000 to 10,000 to 15,000 on a monthly retainer, and how you can start doing the same thing with your marketing agency, coaching, or consulting business. Because I see so many things online coming through like, oh, you can sign this client, but there's only focus on the outreach. There's no focus on how you actually do the other most important things to retain the client and to get to them and to build a true human connection with them. So I want to share with you how I do this. I want to share with you how you can start doing this today without wasting any time on clients that are paying you 200, 300, 400 per month, but getting clients that can pay you between 5 to 15,000 per month. Let's get right into it so you understand how you can also do this and not just watch me or another YouTube video or another YouTuber do the same thing and talk about the same thing, but how you can actually start implementing this for yourself, for your business, and start attaining these clients. All right, guys, so welcome to my screen, and I'm going to be sharing a lot of things in terms of, how you can start doing this yourself through the screen, because I have a couple of things that I want to share with you. Now, first things first, like I said, this video is based on how to close $7,000 or euro, depending on where you're based, per month SMMA coaching or consulting clients. Now, just to give you an example in terms of, that I'm not just BSing you and just saying what I'm saying, on the left-hand side, you can see an invoice that has been paid from, my Stripe account with my agency business for 7,000 euros. So it's 7,000 euros. So that means it's probably about like $7,300, $400, depending on, the day of time. But one thing I want to mention to you with this as well, just as a small tip, is never use Stripe where a client can pay directly with a Stripe link or an invoice that you send to them when it comes down to invoices more than 5,000 euros or dollars. And this is the reason why. Stripe takes a big transaction fee. Now, you might think I'm crazy for saying this because it's a $7,000 invoice. Who cares if Stripe takes a transaction fee? Well, to be honest, they take about 200 euros, which is in this day and age a decent amount, to be honest, right? And I come from a, humble background with, the Balkans and all those things. So for me, any euro that I can save is well taken care of. So I want to, and especially if you have 10 of these clients and you do 10 times 200, it's 2,000. So what I do with these clients, with these big numbers, I just have their CFO, because usually they have a financial officer. I have their financial officer just send me the money through bank transfer, which is a lot easier, and it doesn't have it doesn't have that much of a transaction fee compared to Stripe. So this is the example of, the payment. And on the right-hand side, you can see what one of my businesses has been doing, because I have a coaching business, right, which is doing approximately like 4 tons per year. Right, so this example of the coaching business. My agency is doing also about the same, and then I have my software business called Growzy, which also does about 100k per year, or probably even more as the time of recording this. So we're close to hitting 1 million, and in 2024 we're definitely gonna hit 1 million, if not even multiple millions. But that is to show to you that anything is possible, because I started my agency 4 or 5 years ago, not knowing all these things that I'm gonna tell you today. So just knowing this, I want to share with you the principles of this video, and what I want to share with you in terms of, how can you also sign these types of clients? Because you would think it's, you would need mathematics, you would need a big calculation, big work, a lot of things to do, a lot of complexity that comes to look at it in order to sign these clients. But it's actually the reverse. It's when we put the principles in overview, which I've done for you right here, it becomes a pretty simple game. And the game is really simple. So I'll take you through the principles, and then we'll go dissect them all one by one to make it more structural, so you understand and you can get a takeaway from this video in terms of how and what you can do to get these steps started. So first things first, you need clients first. You need clients first. Now, what do I mean with you need clients first? You're not going to be able to sign will clients if you don't have any experience, if you never had any clients, if you don't have a reputation, if you don't have reviews, if you don't have good results, because they're going to be wanting to see all of those things. So what I mean with you need clients first is you need to have at least 5 to 10 clients that you're currently working with or that you work with in the past. Now, the reason why I say that is because a person that has had 5 or 10 clients or currently has 5 or 10 clients will be in a different dynamic, mindset-wise, business-wise, than someone who has 0 clients or never had clients. Now, why is that? The reason why that is because this person has the practical experience of dealing with clients, getting results, and knowing how the ecosystem works more than this person. So when I say you need clients first, and I'll get into it a little bit more in just a second, when I say you need clients first, is you need clients to be able to attract bigger clients. So if I already have clients, I have experience, I have reviews, case studies, you name it, even if it's 1 or 2, I can attract these bigger clients because these bigger clients usually come from a different route than you would usually think, like calling them or doing something like that. It comes from a different route usually. So that's the first principle. The second principle is referrals are king. Now, what do I mean with referrals are king? With referrals are king, what I mean is what it actually, what it says. Referrals are king. Meaning, if you have 5 to 10 clients, you over deliver for them. You get them the results. They are going to give you referrals. All of my biggest clients and the invoice that I just shared with you came from a referral. And the easiest sales are from referrals. You don't want to know how many people have been passed on through me by my current clients, by my beginning clients that I started with 4 years ago to start working with me right now. My existing clients have probably brought me more money than they have basically from referrals than they've brought me from their monthly retainer. Just think about that, okay? Now, there's a strategy and a tactic for this, which I'm going to share with you. The third principle is service delivery over outreach. Now, you need clients first, so outreach is important, but the service delivery is the most important. It doesn't matter how many clients you sign. It matters how many clients you retain. That's the biggest and the most important principle here in an agency, coaching, or consulting business. I don't care if you have 100 clients. How many have you stayed on? How many clients have stayed on? What's your lifetime value of your clients? That's important here. And then the last one is build a connection. Fairly simple it sounds, fairly hard to do because you need to know what to do. So let's start with the first one. You need clients first. So when I say you need clients first, I'm talking about client acquisition. That's the main pillar where everyone needs to be starting with and doing over the span of their lifetime span of their agency, coaching, or consulting business. Now, with client acquisition, there's a couple of things that come to look at it. The first thing that there is there's outbound. There's outbound and there's inbound, right? Now, outbound, inbound, and basically paid ads, because paid ads is, well, it's kind of inbound, right? It's kind of inbound because with inbound, you get people to yourself. You're paying, or posting content to get people to yourself. Now, just for your understanding, there's different levels to things. So let's say, for example, you have 0 to 5 clients. You're going to be choosing 1 or 2 platforms that you're going to be doing outbound from. So for example, one of my students in my program, I told him, what's your niche? And he said, electricians. I said, okay, did you do your research where electricians are active on when it comes down to social media? He said, yes, I did. And I said, okay, what places can you, find them? And this was for a Dutch, student. And he said, Facebook pages. They have a lot of Facebook pages. I can contact them there. And that's it. I was like, okay, so what's the second thing you're going to do? He said, LinkedIn. I'm doubting myself about LinkedIn, but, I know for a fact that they, I can find their number, their personal number, and I can contact them. And I was like, okay, so let's do 2 things. Let's do Facebook pages and approach them on Facebook pages and then call them from there, right? Because you already build a connection with them by, doing appointment setting. And the second one would be, let's cold call them. Let's call them. Let's see, and see what it takes. And we have a specific strategy called the interview script where we interview, companies. We don't cold call them. I mean, we do cold call them, but it's an interview. So we make it more efficient, right? So we interview them, see what their pain points are, see what they need. And then from there on out, we help them if needed from their end. So, but that being said, you want to be choosing 1 or 2 platforms that you can actually do outreach for. So what is that for you? Write those down right now. Grab a pen and paper, write it somewhere down. What are those things for you? What are you gonna do to get in front of these clients? Because no one is gonna know your name. And if you do inbound, it's gonna take a long time. So inbound is more the long-term strategy. It's not a short-term strategy, right? Posting content, right? That's one thing. Optimizing your LinkedIn, Facebook profile, your Instagram profile, building out the YouTube channel, which could be those things, right? So if you know that electricians are, for example, highly active on LinkedIn or on Facebook, you're going to build out your Facebook profile funnel, you're going to build out your LinkedIn profile funnel, and you're going to be attracting people from there and getting people on board by building a connection with them and building trust with them. But that's a long-term strategy. Same goes with YouTube. So we're going to be choosing 1 or 2 platforms to do outbound for. We're going to be tracking everything, knowing how many people we've sent a message, how many people we contacted, and we're not going to stop unless we've, actually contacted at least 300, 400 people. And then we can make a, conclusion, what about the niche? How's the niche going? Can we improve the niche? Or is it, what's like kind of on a scale of 1 to 10, the pains, desires, and the needs of the niche? And then we can, evaluate from there. Now, like I said, the second thing would be the inbound. The inbound is something I would definitely recommend anyone to start off with immediately. But choose one platform. Don't go, all out and just say, I'm going to go Alex Hormozy style and do all these types of platforms. Don't do that. You don't have the capacity to do that. You're a one-man show in the beginning usually, and you need to start off with that. Definitely don't even think about ads. Don't even think about pay ads. Because with paid ads, what you got to understand is you're basically paying a price to get your time back. So what do I mean with that? If I don't have the time to do outbound, inbound, because I have, for example, 10 to 20 plus clients, as you can see on the left-hand side, then I'm going to start with ads because I don't have the time to do outbound, inbound. So I can go a couple of different routes. I can say I'm going to hire someone who can do my outbound. But what's even better than outbound is me not having to have a person, right? So what's even better than having a person that can do your outbound is not having a person. So meaning I can do paid ads and I can get booked calls immediately in my schedule, which is something that we're doing right now, but we're at the stage where we have more than 20, 30 clients. So for your understanding, what's really important here is that you understand, right, what is the necessity here and what stage are you at depending on your necessity. If you have 0 to 5 clients, you're going to be focusing 1 or 2 main platforms for the outbound. Choose those for yourself. Start acting on that and putting in the time and the action to it to achieve your goal, depending on what your goal is, of course. Get the one main platform going, and that's going to already build up your momentum to attract these high ticket whale clients. Now, how are you going to do that? Because you're going to be getting clients from this, and guess what's going to happen with these clients? You're going to be delivering results for them, the best results possible. And when you deliver the best results possible, what happens? A flywheel effect. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the flywheel effect right now. So what this means is the first flywheel effect is you're going to find clients, you're going to book meetings, you're going to close them, and you're going to be happy. And what that's going to cause, because you've signed the clients, you're going to be finding more clients and booking more meetings and closing more clients until the point comes where you have 10 to 20 clients. Then there arises an issue. And the issue is you don't have enough time to do this. So what then happens is you gotta think smartly about your time. So that could be one thing. You could hire someone that could do your outbound, or you can run paid ads to, not be able to put in your time, but you put money to get your time back, if that makes sense. So that's the one flywheel effect that you need to get started off with. So it creates a flywheel. So you start doing more and more and more and more of it. So the route when you have 10 to 20 clients, which is the stage that probably, most of you are at, which you're watching this video, or less, depending on what stage you're at. When you get to 10 to 20 clients, another thing arises, like I said, you don't have more time. Time becomes scarce. Money is not the issue, time is the issue. Well, as in the beginning, time is not an issue, you have enough time, but you don't have the money. So you need to invest the time to get the money. But when you suddenly have a lot of clients, money doesn't become an issue because you have the money, you have the clients, but you don't have the time. So you need to get your time back. Now, the way that you can do that is get an outbound closer or outbound, appointment setter, or do paid ads. And what will come with, you doing this and just signing any client. So if you work with electricians or building companies, or it doesn't matter what type of company, or realtors, or you name it, you need to be signing clients on volume. If you start off with from 0, sign them for 500, 1K, 1.5K retainers. Doesn't matter. Sign them all. That's what I did with my, real estate, marketing agency. I signed up to 20 clients. And then I started becoming more of a boutique agency with the referrals and just closing down a little bit more clients here and getting a little bit more clients here, and then getting it to max 10 clients that I'm working with on a monthly basis. Okay. So how does that work then? So let's say you sign 10 to 20 clients with volume. You start getting more money, you get less time. Let's say then you want to be, getting these referral and these high ticket clients, because you think by yourself, wow, I have all these clients paying me between 500 and 1.5K. But how do I actually sign these whale clients? It's fairly easy. So what you do is you get results. You get good results for your current clients where you focused on volume. You focus on volume, you get them good results. And what will happen is people know people, and those people also know people. It's a circle of people knowing people, peopleception. But people knowing other people means that other people know people who are whale clients. So meaning, if you get good results for John, who has an electrician company paying you $750 per month or $1,000 per month, and you notice that John is a good person, you notice that you have a good connection with him, and he's, you're getting him good results. You're getting him a good, good amount of leads, good amount of appointments, good amount of clients. He's happy. You track everything. You keep track of everything. He's happy, right? He's happy. He says, you know what, Stefan, I'm really happy with what you do. What will happen is if you get him good results, he will give you referrals. You don't even have to ask for it. Well, sometimes you have to ask for it, but most of the time you won't even have to ask for it. If you just over-deliver and over-deliver and over-deliver without him actually using you, right, for his sake, and it's being detrimental to yourself and your energy, he's going to give you referrals. So what will happen is one time you'll open your inbox and you'll see, hey, Stefan, I'm really happy with the things that we're doing. Here's one of my connections who actually needs more marketing help and more clients. Would you be open to getting in touch with him? Then your answer is yes, of course. Of course I want to get, more clients. That's what I'm doing this for. Then they will come to you, and what you'll be able to do is you'll be able to charge more. Now, if that is, depending on the business, 3K, 4K, 5K, you'll be able to easily close these clients because they already know that you've been getting results for John. It's an easy sell. It's an easy attraction method where you get results for your current clients, doesn't matter what stage you're at, and you give referrals. And this is where people go wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, this is where people go wrong. They only think about the closing of the clients. They don't think about the second flywheel. They only think about the first flywheel. Find clients, book meetings, close clients, I'm happy. No, it's not only that. It's also getting results for your current clients that you signed. Getting referrals from them and closing those clients and then being happy. That's the flywheel that's more important than anything else. Okay? So, like I said, close in the beginning any client that you can from the outbound and the inbound that you're doing. Inbound is going to take more time. So when you're at the stage of, having 5 to 10 clients, you probably be getting 1 or 2 clients from the inbound, attraction methods that you've been creating. And then when you start with ads, like I said, the ads part is a little bit more tricky because you're going to be more dependent on your lifetime value of a client. So let's say, for example, you sign a client of a $1,000 retainer. I'm not looking at, I'm only able to spend $1,000 on ads if my retainer is $1,000, because with an agency and even with a coaching business, if you do it smartly, there'll be split payments. So it's all about the lifetime value of a client. Meaning, what's the lifetime value of your client? If you sign them on a 3-month minimum with a $1,000 minimum retainer fee, your client is not worth $1,000 for you. They're worth $3,000 for you. Probably even more, because if you're going to over-deliver and get them results, you're going to stay even longer. So with that being said, we need to be willing to invest at least 1/3 of the cost per acquisition, right? 1/3 of at least the lifetime value, not the cost per acquisition, but lifetime value of what your client's going to bring to you. So if it's 3,000, you need to be willing to invest at least 1/3, even a half of that. So 1,500 would be, the minimum, which you would be, probably the max. Let's say, for example, max, what you'd be willing to invest to acquire one client. Because if you spend 1,500 to acquire one client that's going to bring you 3,000, you're making 2 times ROI minimum, right? Then, if they're going to stay longer, you're making a bang for your buck, dude. You're making a lot of money. So meaning, if you do that, if you calculate it that way, then it's great. But comes to say, you need to be able to spend that amount. And that's where people go wrong. They expect that they can start getting clients for $100 or $200, start running ads when they don't even have any clients. They don't have an outbound system, they don't have an inbound system, they don't have anything. So how can you expect to get clients and pay that money when you don't have it? Like, don't do that. It's risk. Don't do that in the beginning. Focus on outbound, focus on inbound, and focus on doing it yourself and maximizing it so you know that it's working to get you clients. And don't be using contractor arbitrage or I don't know, whatever else people are using these days. Do it yourself. Get good at sales, get good at outbound, get good at inbound, and then hire someone when you're at the 5 to 10 or 10 to 20 client mark. Okay? So, client acquisition, that out of the way, you know what you need to do. You need to choose, depending on which stage you're at, 1 or 2 platforms, one main platform, then get started with getting your client results, right? So outbound, inbound in the beginning, outbound, inbound paid ads in the middle stage, and in the later stage when you start doing this. That's how I do it, okay? That's how we do it. Now, the second one, referrals are king. So when it comes down to referrals, you need to know that there's something called ask and it is given. And what I mean with ask and it is given is exactly what it says. You need to ask something to someone to get something. And that's called speaking things into existence. Now, what do I mean with that? You've probably heard about affirmations, affirming things that you know that you're going to be doing it and that you actively work on your current being and your self-reality. Now, with referrals, it's the same thing. You need to be highly self-aware of when to ask for a referral, okay? Because you can ask for a referral, but if you do it at the wrong time, you will come over needy, and you don't want to be needy when it comes to referrals. Trust me, you don't want to be needy. But what you want to be is you want to have a power type of attitude when it comes to referrals. Meaning, if you've been working for a client minimum of 2 to 3 months, they've been getting results, you've been sharing them, they've been happy, they've let you know that they've been happy. Then during a 3rd month check-in call with a client, you can say, hey John, are you happy with the current service that I'm giving to you? And he will say, yeah, for sure, man. You're getting me tons of leads, you're getting me tons of appointments, you're getting me tons of clients. Amazing. You're so amazing, Stefan. Then I would like, yo, thanks, man. I appreciate it. But let me ask you a question. You're paying me $1,500 per month right now. What would you say that we scrap $250 from that $1,500? If you give me one specific referral, that could perhaps also become a client of mine. You know, it might sound weird because I'm saying, you know, I'm scratching $250 from you where I'm going to be delivering you results, but it doesn't, because it's going to give me more in the long run. If he gives me a client that can pay me 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,000 per month, I'm making 10 times more than what I'm, giving him on a discount. So that's the strategy that I use. Say, you can pay us less. I'll do more. I'll do the same work for you, if not more. But give me someone that's perhaps even a bigger client that I can help, so I can make more money and you save money. It's a win-win-win situation. He gets help, you get help by paying me less, and I get help by getting another client. It's a win-win-win situation. That's one of the strategies that I use for referrals, right? Probably share more with you in the future. But that being said, you need to know when to ask that. Because if you ask it when he's on the verge of, I don't know, and he mentions that, I don't know, and then you say, listen, give me a referral, or then we say, okay, I'll see. But then he'll actually mean something else when he says that. So you want to do that. You want to know when to ask. It's really, really important. But referrals are king. Meaning, the only way that I could sign, big clients and all those things, and the same goes with all the people that you see on YouTube as well. Their biggest clients are signed through referrals because it's the easiest sell. You get referred someone through email, you get referred someone through WhatsApp, you get referred someone through any type of place where you're at. Or Facebook even. I had someone Facebook, connect me recently as well. Stefan, here's a client. Amazing. Joined our, coaching consulting program. Perfect. You need to have that system in place where you have clients, 5 to 10 clients minimum, 10, 15 clients minimum. You over-deliver on these clients, and these clients will shoot you over referrals, sometimes without you even having to ask it. But in the 20% of the times, you should ask for them. But you should just know when to do it, right? You should know when to do it. Really important. So referrals are king because they're going to give you the easiest closing. Like my referral closings are close to 100%. And they're going to give you the best bang for your buck because you can charge even more. You can charge more and be smart about it. So that's one strategy when it comes down to referrals. Now, when we talk about service delivery in combination with the referrals, we're talking about over-delivering for your client. Now, there's a big difference, guys, when it comes down to over-delivering and your client using you for their advantage at a cost of your time, energy, and mental health, okay? There's a fine line between that. The biggest difference is over-delivering is aligned with their goal and what's needed to achieve their goal. Using you for your time, energy, and the deprivation of your mental health is nothing aligned with your goal, with their goal and what they want to achieve. It's just you overworking and just being stupid. So what you need to do is you need to know what your client's goals are. Sometimes clients won't have a goal. They will be just, like sheep. They'll be all over the place. And then you need to say, okay, guys, we're going to have this goal. We want to reach 50 or 100,000 per month. That's what we want to reach. To, basically reverse engineer it. How many appointments do you need to hit 100,000 per month for your electrician business? You will say, I need, let's say, Stefan, I need, let's say 20 new clients. Okay. So if your closing rate is 25%, so 1 out of 4 you close, we need 80 appointments in order for you to sign 20 clients. In order for us to get 80 appointments, we need to know that the lead conversion is probably going to be around 10%. Meaning if I bring you 10 leads, you're going to get 1 appointment. Ballpark, conservatively. Meaning if you want 80 appointments, guess how many leads we need, right? Guess how many leads we need on a monthly basis for you to achieve your 100K. So you're going to do, 80 right? Because it's 80 appointments on 1 out of every 10. So 80 times 10, we need 800 leads. Now with every lead, let's say the cost per lead would be $10. You can calculate how many we need in terms of ad spend, if this is their goal, right? Ballpark. So when you know that, when you know their goal, you can say, okay, let's run the ads. That's my service. I'm going to run your ads, meta ads or Google ads or whatever. I'm going to run your meta ads. Now I'm getting leads for $10 cost per lead. But I notice that our conversion isn't 25%. I notice that the lead conversion is not 10%. So what then happens is I see that it's not 10%. I see that it's 5%. Then there's a few things that you can do. You can say, you know what? I'm going to sit, I'm going to stretch, drink a pina colada, and just do nothing. Or you can say, hey, John, I said our conversion is 5%. Let's hop on a call and let's see how we can improve that. I want to be helping you. You're going to be assertive, which is a really important word here. Assertiveness. You need to be assertive and self-aware, which is the most important within your coaching or consulting business. Most important, guys. If you're not assertive, you're definitely going to have a big, issue when it comes to getting results for your clients. Being assertive means seeing things, acting on them immediately. So for example, if I were to see that with my client, I would do a check-in call with him. I would take a look at, all right, these are the leads that we got in our CRM system. How many did you call? He says, 50%. I say, okay, 50%. So of those 50%, how many, picked up the phone? He says the half of them. Okay, let's say the half that did pick up the phone, what happened? Do you have the recordings? So I can listen to the recordings. I can hear what he said. And then I'm going to learn how to do the lead conversion. I'm going to learn how to have perhaps a qualification script, which is something my students always have. A qualification script to convert leads, right? To talk to the leads, to know what the leads need to do, to know what the person needs to do, the appointment setter needs to do, in this case, your client, probably, to do that. Now, taking it a step further, if I've had that checking session with him and he still continues to have a lead conversion rate of 5%, I'm going to say, hey, wait, John, wait. Why are you doing this? Why not have me or my team do this for you? And that's when you start over delivering, because you're fixing an actual issue, which is detrimental to his goal. If he wants to get, 100K, he needs appointments. And if he's not converting the leads that you're bringing in to the appointments, you need to be assertive and have good arguments on why you should be calling them and not him. Now, this is an additional service. He's going to pay you for it, but he's not going to be investing the time to do it himself. It's a win-win. So you take matters into own hands with that. That's one thing you could do. A second thing that you could do is you could have an email system be set up to reactivate old leads or activate new leads. That's something also that can be set up. It's also an additional service that you can, ask money for. Or what it could be is you could be doing his closings. You could be not only converting the leads into appointments, you could be helping him with the closings as well. What's he doing there to convert the people when they get there? And what's he doing on the aftercare when he signs people to have them on as a client? You see, it's not only about being a lead generation machine for your clients. That's one part of the story. You need to get leads for your clients. Of course, and everyone needs to get leads, so you need to over-deliver on that. But that's just one part when it comes to local businesses. And when we talk about e-commerce, and it's the same. And coaching, it's the same. You need to over-deliver for your clients. With e-commerce, for example, that's emails. We've written more than 25 emails in a week for one of our clients to set it up for them. Now they're getting more return than they ever had because of the email marketing. So that being said, over-deliver for your clients. See what they're doing, see what their goal is, backtrack what's needed to get to the goal, see every single statistic, how that's going, and just help them on the things that's needed. And throw the ball up. Be proactive, be assertive. I've had clients doing more than 200,000 per month, 300,000, millions per month. Me coming in and telling them this, they said to me, never, ever, Stefan, has an agency done this for me. They just came in, ran the ads, and they didn't care because they had other clients. And I told them, that's what makes us different. That's what we do as a USP to help you out. We're a full service helping agency. We don't sell. We help people make a purchase decision. And when they've made a purchase decision, we help them make the purchase decision the best decision that they've ever made. Best decision that they've ever made by over-delivering. And that's something that I also want to give to you. It's be on it daily. Be on it daily. Talk with your clients. Send them updates. Know what they're doing. And some would say, don't talk with your clients or be, distance from your client. Listen, it's important that you understand that we in a service-based business are in the people business. We're in the people business. Even if you have a product-based business, we're in the people business. So what does that mean? People love to work with people, and that will always be the case. And if you're thinking of it as a robot where you don't talk with clients or don't do anything for them, you're gonna give them a bad experience. Not only for them, but also in the future for yourself. So what you need to do is you need to build a connection, which is our, fourth principle. The fourth principle is build a connection. And building a connection means one thing, for example, meet the client physically. I've had one of my connections who has a content agency, really big content agency. And when I say big, I mean he has a boutique client, content agency. He went from the UK to the US just for one day to visit his client, who now became a multi-5-figure per month client for him. I've done the same. I went abroad. I went to a client recently as well, and that has become one of my biggest clients. So you need to be willing to build a connection with a client, because everything is built up of a connection. And when people become your friends or your family, it's harder to get rid of you. Now, I'm not saying they should not get rid of you if you're not getting results. They should. And you should get rid of yourself if you're not getting results. But you need to do the extra effort to show them that you actually care. And that's where the difference is made. When signing whale clients like these, you need to show them how far are you willing to go, because you got to understand, people will get hired. People and agencies and coaches will get hired by showing their eagerness, their willingness, their integrity, and their skills lastly, not first. So what I mean with that, the first three are most important when it comes down to you being hired as the agency, the coach, the consultant for their business. Those are the most important things. And when you've built that connection physically, even if you took a cup of coffee with them, just 2 hours, 1 hour, you've taken the action to go physically meet them. There's something about meeting people physically that's just different. And I would do this once they became a client. Do this within the first 2 months. And I promise you'll see differences. You'll see big differences. Just go to them. Show yourself. Be present, okay? It's harder for them to forget you when they've seen you in real life. It's other than just calling them or being on Zoom. Don't be lazy. Make the extra effort if you want to sign whale clients. Because they will know people that they can connect you with. When you've built this connection, you'll be the first top of mind person that they'll connect you with that person. That's happened to me dozens of times. I cannot mention how many times it happened. I built a connection. Another thing that you can do, and this is something you need to be careful of, is give them gifts. But give them gifts smartly. So one thing you could do is in your onboarding process, we have an onboarding process that we give to all of our students that is automated, so that when a client, fills out a survey, which we need to do, they give us all the information of their business, but they also give us their birthday, right? They give us couple of dates of the special days within the year that they celebrate. So guess what we do? We give them gifts, right? I give a client, a card, flowers. I give them chocolate. I give them, even some clients, I go as far as giving them an Oura ring. I go really far for my clients. And the reason why I do that is because I want to make sure that it's not to slime on them. It's not to say like, oh, I'm gonna kiss your ass and you're gonna you're gonna, I want to give you this just because, you're such a great client. That's not the case. Like I'm giving it to them because I truly care. I want to give them something to show that I care for them. They're not just a client. They're an asset to me and my life and my business. That's how you need to see your clients. I don't even call them clients. I call them partners. That's how you need to see this as well. And that's the thing about this entire process and everything about like these clients. Be a human being and understand that they're humans as well, with emotions, needs, and everything that they want. Understand that. Like I said, there's a fine line between you getting used as a person or being a human and giving them something in return for them being a proactive, happy client on their end as well. They gotta, it's a transaction. You gotta give, they gotta give. You gotta give, they gotta give. You gotta give, they gotta give. So make it a transaction. Make it something worthwhile for all of you. And trust me when I say, when you build a connection with them, it's the best thing that there is. There's nothing better than having a good connection with a client, which is something that I've done as well, right? Now, with that being said, guys, so one of the most important things is, understanding the principles, and not only understanding the principles, but also understanding, what the most important things are to get these big clients. Now, am I saying that you can't get clients, by doing, these whale clients by doing outbound or doing inbound? Of course you can. Of course you can, right? But the best way that you're going to get them is by having the outbound, inbound paid ad systems in place, getting results for your current clients that you get from those activities, right? Getting results for them, and then you'll get referrals by asking for it, or waiting on a moment when you've over-delivered so much that they just need to give you something, okay? Because sometimes business owners are just too busy, so you need to ask them right when the time comes. So over-deliver, do outbound, do inbound, do paid ads, build a connection with them, with all of your clients. Doesn't matter who they are or what they do. Go to their business one day, especially if they're a local business. Go to them. And if you're a coach or a consultant, host an event. Host an event one time in a month. or one time in 3 months to meet all the people in real life. You're gonna build a culture. You're gonna build a culture of your agency. You're gonna build a culture of all the dynamics that are happening within your business, which is really important. Okay, guys, I hope you've had something on this video. This is how I'm signing 7,000 plus clients and doing close to 1 million currently per month, or per year, with my business. Per month it might be next year, but that being said, if you've enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe to this channel. This is probably the first video in the English language that we're going to be doing this on this channel. So let me know also what you thought of it. Let me know if you have any, thoughts, if you enjoy the process, if you want me to make it even more visual for you in terms of how you can do it, in terms of how you can set these things up. And I'll be coming with more and more value in these next upcoming videos. So if you're ever wondering, how you can start doing this as well, check out the other videos on this channel, because I'm going to be providing you with much more in detail explanations. And this is just the start of it. So I'm going to be branching out even more, giving you more documents, giving you more information, and over-delivering for you. Like I mentioned, you're over-delivering for your clients. Well, I want to be over-delivering for you. How can I add more value to your business to make it easier for you without you having to even think about the things that need to be done, right? So now you know how you can sign these big clients. Now you know how you can sign these whale clients by following these principles and outlining these things in terms of, you implementing them and actually taking action on them. With that being said, thank you for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Ciao.